The Turning Tree. A tree by the sea augurs autumn, reaching Medusa hands and hair towards the nebula Andromeda, near her Perseian sun. The bird-housing blossoms make babel of spring, and her sap-trained scream to the moon, tearing the tides. Underground the serpent moles search slowly for the inner and outer circles, escalated at intervals of new light or darkness. So the season burns the green leaves and the green fields, so the wheel turns homogeneous to the big wheel at the fair, carrying enemies and loved ones who one by one disappear, fall off perhaps, and are seen no more till one rides alone over the great centrifugal void, in whose terror only can we be safe. Only in death can life be decoded. The leaf speak to the dragonfly. The old sculptors announce the prayer of ancestors watching from the tall cliffs, facing a sunset, hearing the endless bell of the sea. Only by the sweet taste of renunciation can life's failure be corrected. In this way we join the eglantine with the deep ocean bed. History, whose faceless face all art becomes, inherits heaven and hell from God's conquistadors. Be it Merlin weeping in the forest, still held in the spell of the enchanted thorn, or William Blake winged and weeping on Lambeth Walk, making the first fierce beauty before the world was born, or poor Christ hung like a stag upon that awful hill. Each is a tree by the sea, has offered birds to Babel, whose voices spread over the earth. Their overtones become the word, beyond comprehension, and by pain and configuration explain the void. As when a friend dies, is struck down by convulsive pain, and the whole machinery breaks up again, he holds his burning eyes, helpless in prayer like a weeping child. Priests also helpless there, mercy mild. Only love holds on with gentle fire to the last fragment of desire, when all else is gone. Let all creation sing while the thighs unflex in the last act of sex, like a bull dying in the ring. Nothing is left but the twisted man, from whom the quick life ran and death made final theft. Only what he had to say, only his mark, the mystical sign he had passed this way, set seal on the gathering dark, and like a pharaoh's tomb, gathers for all time in a sealed and silent room, love, beauty, death, and crime, secretly, till the last bitterns boom. At each equinox the great storm blows, and the moon's bell clangs in the tree's cage like a sunken ship in a ground swell, where the sea's door bangs. But no one knows where the spirit goes when the eyes freeze and the hearts rage. The crocus comes and goes, also the lovely rose, the curlew plays his flute upon the summer breeze. Only the unknown is absolute, the moment on God's lees. When on a winter morn the tree stands waiting in mist, octopus anchored, auguring dawn of time, and prehistoric animals exist in the steam of the estuary, sex and the Archaeopteryx. It may well be this was the first dream before Adam took his fair woman at a serpent's price, and God expelled them both from paradise. Upon this silent morn, only the horses drift where man and woman first made rift in the dreadful beauty of that dawn. The turning tree stands in moonlight above the silence of fish and foxes travelling at night under stars and clouds, crowding the seas of the sky. I am bound in annihilation, watching the great schooner of branches sail toward dawnfall, inarticulate in my tower of flesh, heaving my tides of breath, my branches spread among stars. The tree is a silent explosion against the sea, flings down death in flowers across the fields, and the bees drone their aeroplanes of honey, parachute seed into centuries, and winter rots sweetly like a sleeping lion. The wheel turns until the last air is high and far away, and the lunatic music of the fair almost inaudible upon that day, jangling the last empty chair. All have gone to join the ghosts of those who walk on the plain, and the tall spiritual hosts of those who watch with distaste, the ones who found redemption from the dark caves of the heart, and flash their glittering rays again from tall headland to tall point beyond the black cliffs of hell, where eternity is landfall and tolls the bell under the turning tree.